Take a look at the latest and greatest out of CNN. I told you, they're having to admit it right now because if you look at the new polls, there's one out of Marist, guess what? Huge numbers for Trump. In other words, Americans like what he's doing.
Let's take a look at the percentage of the country who say that we're on the right track. It's actually a very high percentage when you compare it to some historical numbers. What are we talking about? According to Marist, 45% say that we're on the right track. That's the second highest that Marist has measured since 2009. How about NBC News? 44%. That's the highest since 2004. Wow. The bottom line is the percentage of Americans who say we're on the right track is through the roof. And if you were to compare it to when presidents have historically been reelected, of course, Trump is not constitutionally eligible to run for re-election, but I think it sort of puts it in perspective. 42% of the country says the country is on the right track when the incumbent party is re-elected. And also keep in mind, back when Kamala Harris lost and the Democrats were turned out of power, only about 27 to 28% of the country said the country is on the right track. The bottom line is right now, a much higher percentage of the country says we're on the right track.
Yeah. Because you know what? We are. Inflation has come down. It's like some kind of miracle. Manufacturing numbers are going up. Border crossings, way down. And yet the left wants to pull little antics like I suspect they're pulling with this whole Signal app thing. Listen, you know what? CNN doesn't understand it and they can't believe it, but actually voters approve of these deportations. Yeah, like 63%. They've got their jaws on the floor over at CNN as they look at this data.
63%, according to the latest Fox News poll, say that they favor deporting those immigrants. So that's a pretty high number. Can you square that with what we just heard from Priscilla's reporting?
Yeah, I think that obviously the president has kind of blanketed the airwaves with saying that all of these people deported are criminals. And given the fact that we, reporters like Priscilla, we have very limited information to who exactly has been deported. The government has not handed over names. I know CBS got a hold of a list of names, but that hasn't been provided to those who are asking for who was actually deported. And there is a difference between someone who came into the country illegally versus someone who overstayed their visa. That's not a crime versus someone who has no criminal record, no criminal history.
Okay. I'm going to go back to something that's sort of simple or should be kind of simple. And that's that, there's a legal way to come into the country. And there's an illegal way to come into the country. And we're for the legal way of coming into the country, just like the Democrats used to be. I mean, what has happened to this crazy world other than TDS on steroids? But I'll tell you, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy when AOC is now the leader of the Democrat Party. Yeah, according to a new poll here, CNN, in conjunction with SSRS, conducted this thing in early March. And what did they find? One, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is leading the pack. I mean, followed by Kamala Harris, which is just a sad state. Like, honestly, you know what? You guys keep doing that all day long because we'll just keep winning and winning and winning and winning. When you have AOC and Kamala Harris, the communist Bernie Sanders and Hakeem Jeffries, who, by the way, is all over the airwaves going on and on about this Signal thing. Wow, Barack Obama. And Lordy, you got Jasmine Crockett.